Welcome back, YouTube. This is General Soul back with my newest walkthrough. It is a game that was published by Activision back on the PlayStation 1 and is the first game of a legendary series that has recently seen a revival. Crystal Dynamics was the developer for almost all the games, but the first game was actually created by a company that no longer exists anymore, known as Silicon Knights. Silicon Knights used to be a great developer until they got stupid. But some of you may know this series. Some of you may have never heard of The Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen.
There is a magical operation of maximum importance. The initiation of a new aeon. When it becomes necessary to utter a word, the whole planet must be bathed in blood.
Call your dogs! They can feast on your corpses! Fulfilling the sacred mallet of the Sapphire, you are hereby damned. The pleasures of the flesh are no longer yours. You have but one purpose, damned warrior. You will serve us for eternity.
The tavern's closing. Best be on your way, stranger. What? No mug of ale for a weary traveller from distant Corhagen? I can reward you well, for I am of noble blood. I stay open for no man in these dark times. Things come with the night that no sane man would welcome. And so I left, cold of heart and soul, forced to the road and the long, bitter night.
Opportunity for your first trophy immediately, and it is missable.
That's him!
As soon as you step foot outside, you will be beset by these enemies. And I did not even know that this was a possibility back on the PlayStation 1. I didn't even know you could do this until I saw that there was a trophy for it. You want to kill all these enemies. You want to survive this ambush for your first trophy. That's why it's missable. This is actually probably the most difficult trophy in the game. Everything else is either just story, or if you've got a guide, not a big deal, or you're just going to get it eventually with some grinding. But this one, you get one chance. You fuck this up, you're starting over. At least it's at the beginning. And so you can see what I'm doing is I'm waiting for them to take a swing, backing up out of range, and then moving in to hit them. You can take 2 or 3 hits, so you don't have to be perfect, but definitely do not take 4 or you are dead, and then you're starting over. Now, with this being a PS1 classic, you have the option to rewind the game if you fuck up. Any rewinds that I did do, I edited it out. But I didn't really edit out too much. I did have to redo this one. Now, after you kill what you think is the last guy, look around, make sure it is clear. If anyone else comes in, kill them. And then once you have killed the last guy, go inside and you will get your trophy.
End it! Now!
They victors, suffering to the conquered. Ironic that now I was the one suffering. Not anything as pedestrian as physical pain, rather the cruel jab of impotent anger. The hunger for revenge. I didn't care if I was in heaven or hell. All I wanted was to kill my assassins. Sometimes you get what you wish for. The necromancer Mortanius offered me a chance for vengeance, and like a fool, I jumped at his offer without considering the cost. Nothing is free, not even revenge.
You will have the blood you hunger for.
I awoke to the pain of a new existence, in a dank womb of darkness and decay.
There's a lot of chat at the beginning, but this is our first spell.
The sanctuary spell enables me to travel to my crypt, where the soil of my grave provides me respite. I often resort to this when I am weak and need nourishment.
So Kain is already faster and stronger than he was before, and he can drink blood to replenish his health.
Reputed to have been ripped from the chest of the greatest vampire to have ever existed, Janos Audron, the Heart of Darkness restores vampiric unlife. Life is precious, Janos discovered, as it was torn, throbbing and bleeding from his own body. This ancient vial bears with it a dark gift indeed, for with it my life force is increased. These ancient symbols of power contain raw magical energy that increases my own capacity to summon energy for the spawning of spells. Within the walls of these chambers I could find respite, and if I so chose, resume my journey when my weariness abated.
Quite a few things to talk about. First off, Heart of Darkness. Think of it as an extra life. It will not fill your life to full, but if you die, you will get some blood.
The world had changed to my eyes. I had not expected such cruelty from the light. For in the embrace of the sun I could find no comfort, only malice. This would change in time for the worse, along with other things.
Also, with the Heart of Darkness, you can use it as a quick heal if you need some blood, but there's nothing to feed on. And the blood vials and rune triangles. You saw that I put like 1 of 20. That is because that's how many you need for a trophy. You need to collect 20 of each one. There's actually about 40 of each one, and you don't even need a full 40 to max out health and magic. That's what they do. Blood vials give you more health, rune triangles give you more magic. There is a trophy to be aware of when you're starting your campaign. It's called Ve Victus. And what that is you need to slay 1,000 enemies. You need to feed off 500 enemies, and you need to cause 250 mutilations. Don't worry, there will be enough to double the slayings, mutilations, and feedings. Not a problem. Just try to feed on everything that you can. Alright, we got these switches on the wall, and we actually want to hit the two switches on the left and leave the one on the right alone for this puzzle. Anyway, we're getting a new item, Flay.
These curious devices hurl bolts of whirling energy and eviscerate my human enemies by stripping ragged flesh from blood-stained bone.
So Flay is one of the first items or spells that will help you with your mutilations. We're going to save those for a little bit now. We're going to focus more on slayings and feedings, but we will be using a lot of items in this game for our mutilations. Right, so right here we get another Flay. We can push this out of the way and just continue following the path. It's a pretty linear path. Remember this area for later, but go up. We can get our third rune triangle out of this chest, but we don't get our third blood vial. We get a Heart of Darkness. You can hold 99 of an item. The only one that I've ever had to max out is the Heart of Darkness. Anyway, continue this way. To the right is a save room. Since we're doing the PlayStation Plus version, we do not need it.
When rainfall comes, vampires are wise to find shelter from its acidic touch. Hunger and weakness are no bar to vengeance's call. I would find my slayers and send them back whence I came. What trickery is this?
There he is! Kill him, you bastard! If we put you down once, we could do it again.
Their sneering faces were forever etched upon my memory. I had crossed death for this moment. My mind was empty save for one thought. I would kill. There is no greater release than that from vengeance sated. With my assassins dead, my quest was over.
'Tis not over, Kain. These fools were merely the instruments of your murder, not the cause. Look to their masters, look to the pillars, and gain way to the fortress of the mind.
This was where the bloody deed of my murder took place.
Okay, I was just waiting for all the talking to stop. You may notice that in the rain, Kain is taking some damage periodically. It's not a big deal so long as you feed pretty often. Come in here, we can get a Flay and a free meal. Woohoo! We're not going to go into the pub where we started the game just yet, but remember it for later. Head down, and we want to go inside this building for a couple of more items and some easy meals. So, when you are in town, you basically can feed on all the citizenry. They are going to be pretty weak, so just like one swing of your weapon, and then you can feed off of them. Even if you kill someone right in front of other people, they're not going to react, so don't worry about that. But as we get further into the game, we're going to have enemies that can fight back, so be aware of that. Anyway, just follow the path. We got some more bandits to take out, so more meals. Woohoo!
The necromancer had offered me no warning as to what my resurrection would entail, and yet I must confess in my haste I had not sought one. Was his gift a curse? I would seek the pillars for an answer.
You may have noticed by now that those red triangles will give you some story information. There is a lot of chat in this game, as Simon Templeman, the voice of Kain, once famously said in a outtake of one of the sequels. But I think it's good chat because he is a great voice actor, and these games have a really good dark story. Anyway, just continue following the path. Do not touch water. Water will kill you very fast. So just be aware of that. Water is deadly to a vampire. That's why we're taking damage in the rain. And yes, I know, you can barely see what's going on because of how dark in the rain is. I had the same problem playing through it, but the rain will go away here in a minute and then we won't have a problem. At least we're getting these lightning strikes every once in a while. And the rain stops. Speak of the devil. Just continue following the path. The necromancer Mortanius, the guy who revived us, has hinted that we need to go to the pillars.
The pillars of Nosgoth. Even in life, few sights have moved me such as this. I marvel that such beauty should grace our dying world.
Napraptor, your madness has shattered our dreams and blinded you.
Keep your distance, or I'll send you back to hell, spirit!
There is nothing left of me to fear, vampire. I'm only a shadow of my former self, Ari, the balance of the Circle of Nine. Even so, I can provide the answers you seek.
I seek only a cure.
There is no cure for death, only release. You must destroy the sorcery that is now poisoning Nosgoth. Only then will you realize peace. The Nine of the Protectors of Hope were sworn to use their powers to preserve our world. Now these pillars have been corrupted by a traitor. My murder at the hands of this beast drove my love Napraptor mad. Now he spreads misery and pain among the Circle, crumbling the very foundation of Nosgoth. You must restore balance. You must right the pillars of Nosgoth.
I care not for the fate of this world.
Then for yourself, Kain. Beware the unspoken.
Napraptor, with his blind act of vengeance, threatened to destroy all of Nosgoth. Each Circle member was bonded to the pillar he served. The pillars reflected the mental state of their servants, and as the minds of the Circle degenerated and descended farther into dementia, the pillars crumbled. To restore them, each member of the Circle had to die, and the artifact that served as their link to the pillar had to be returned. Only when all the pillars were restored did Ariel claim my curse would end. And so, my hunt for Napraptor began. These beacons serve as landmarks during my flights in bat form. Once I have committed their locations to memory, I can always return. In bat form, I can travel great distances with ease. From my vantage in the heavens, no region of Nosgoth is forbidden to me.
Alright, so you see what Flay does. The bat form, we can now transform into a bat and fast travel to areas that we've unlocked. And the bat beacon, you saw one of 13. There are 13 in the game. We must unlock all 13 for a trophy. First secret in the game, right here for a blood vial. There are 100 secrets in the game, but we only need 50. So we do not need everything. I'm going to go for as many as we can. If we get all 100, cool. If not, 50 is all we need. I will definitely lead you towards 50. A little hard to see in here because the gimmick of this dungeon is to get you used to a new spell we're about to get. Speak of the devil.
While it is true that natural light weakens a vampire, magical light can have many uses indeed.
So the light spell makes things brighter. I used to, on the PS1, just absolutely abuse the fuck out of this. I needed light everywhere I went. I have gotten to where I'm used to the lighting of this game now, so unless I absolutely need it, I will not use light. These spike balls that are moving around, you cannot destroy. So just try and avoid them. I was trying to sneak down and got hit there. Whoop. And just take you out and feed off of you. And I can't reach you from here. But yeah, it's very, very dark in this section because we are being taught how to use the light spell. But we're still very linear right now, so don't worry about it. On each end is a skeleton and a person to feed off of. Now, skeletons, you may notice, have green blood. Later, we will gain the ability to just drink the blood of any enemy we see. Do not drink green blood, because that will poison you. Come up here, kill that, feed off of you. Let's replenish some magic and turn on the lights. I should have turned on the lights first, then grab that, but oh well. It's not going to kill me. And we'll feed off of you, hit this switch over here, head down. You can kill these prisoners on the wall, but that does take away a meal. If you do accidentally fail to feed off of an enemy or so, don't worry about it. There are plenty of enemies to feed off of. And as I said, about mid to late game, we're going to gain an ability that will make feeding so fast and easy. So don't worry too much about it. Alright, grab that switch, turn the lights back on, head back down here. We have our 4th rune triangle. First we're going to feed. Get you out of the way and grab this. We will very quickly have the trophies. Now, secret number 2. Hit that switch right there in the middle and it opens the 2 rooms on the side. If you have multiple enemies that you can feed off of, you can just press circle multiple times to feed off of them. I was trying to do that here, but the game would not let me. I actually had to go up close and feed one at a time. It would not let me feed on multiple. Oh, it's dark. Okay. Head down here. We're almost out of the light temple, I guess. I don't know exactly what this is called. Alright, kill those 2 and feed. Feed. We're almost out of here. Get another flay. Head on down. You can take left or right here. It doesn't matter. They're both going to lead to the same place. Just try to avoid the spike trap. And once we're through here, we are back at the beginning. So let's head back outside and continue on our travels. I'm going to go ahead and get a few more mutilations.
As daylight chases darkness, the vampire's power wanes.
As you see, the flay does have a bit of a homing capability, but it will not go through walls, so be careful in some areas. Alright, head into this cave for our new power. This one will actually be a new form that will be a little more useful than the bat form. Bat form is just for fast traveling, but this form is your wolf form.
My lupine form enables me to move like lightning and leap over obstacles barring my path. But the guise of the wolf brings with it its own kind of hunger and rage.
Yes, I know I called it werewolf up there in the text. I don't know why I said werewolf. Well, kind of, I guess he looks like a werewolf to me, but it's just wolf form. You can go ahead and still feed in werewolf form, and you can, as you see, you can leap over pits and spikes. He is limited on how much he can leap, so it looks like this is about the limit of his jump. Hit that switch and then go back where we were, and jump back up here, and now we can jump across. While if you stay in your wolf form, you are using magic constantly, so be aware of that. If you want to switch back to human form or vampire form, go ahead. But you are, as you see, much faster as a werewolf. And we're still going to need the werewolf form. We can jump up these rock caverns here, a couple of items to the right, and jump over the water, and a couple of items to the right again, and head inside of this cave. Now, the first actual difficult enemy that could kill you is right up ahead. So be very careful with this guy. In fact, as you see, I just used 2 flays on him, and it didn't kill him. So that is the first enemy that could actually kill you unless you just aren't trying. You may also notice that when the sun is out, I am weaker with damage. At night, I was able to kill these enemies in 3 swings of my sword, but during the day, it takes 4. So be aware of your day-night cycle. Also, you want to pay attention to the moon cycle because there are a couple of secrets that we're going to get that require a full moon. So we will want to try and be ready for that when we get there to the next full moon. Anyway, now that we are done with that, we can finally move on. Woohoo! Jump up and just continue to go up. And you are a little bit stronger as a werewolf than you are as a vampire. But jump up here, and we're going to get a couple of things that we need. Ignore the cave first, because we have our second bat beacon right here. Continue back, and now we're going to go into the cave for our second trophy. This is also our third secret. These are the spirit forges.
One must be wary in dealing with the spirit forges. The wraiths and shades that inhabit them offer items beyond mortal dreams in exchange for a sampling of your blood. The wraithsmiths forge their items with forfeit souls.
Shed your blood for me, and these artifacts will be yours. So, you come to the Spirit Forge for help, do you, vampire? Trade your secrets for the blood of the dead, I will.
So we only need to use one spirit forge, and what they will do is you will trade most of your blood for a bunch of an item. This spirit forge will give you 10 flays for draining almost all your blood. So be very careful once you're done with the spirit forge, because if you fuck up in the next fight, you could seriously die. But now that we have werewolf form, we're ready to go back for some secrets. So let's use our bat form, and we are going to go back to the pillars. I'm going to leave these transition scenes in here. If you do want to skip them, feel free. I just think they're kind of cool. I look at those PS1 CD graphics. Woo! I did wonder whenever this was put on PlayStation Plus if it was going to have the load times of the original, and it does. If you are fine with the amount of loading that this game does, I highly suggest you play this game. It's amazing. It's a great game. It's definitely dated by today's standards, but it's still a great game. But if you see all the loading screen and you just don't have the patience for it, I can understand you skipping this game. Alright, from here we want to go back the way we came. We basically want to go back to the cemetery where we started. I am going this way, one, because I have a time limit on the full moon, so this is really just to get me to where I want to be when the full moon comes, help with the timing, so that I'm not in some place that I can't get out of. And two, I am getting some mutilations and in a few minutes some feedings from doing this. So, but just continue, follow the path all the way back to the cemetery. The cemetery is where we left when we first got out and we faced our assassins as a vampire. That's the cemetery. Once you use up all your flays, feel free to just attack. If you want to save your flays, go ahead, but again, you do need 250 mutilations. You can check your status of mutilations, feedings, and slayings in the menu. If you're playing the original PS1 version, press select. Otherwise, on PS4 or 5, the left side of the touchpad will give you your menu, and you can check your status. And it will show you things such as how many secrets you found, how many mutilations, how many slayings, how many feedings, things of that nature. So you can use that to keep in mind how much more work you need to do for those trophies. You probably already noticed that every time you come through this section, it's going to replay that dialogue when we came through here of him facing his assassins and them being shocked and him being like, "Ha ha! I've killed my enemy." Thankfully, Mortanius does not speak again, because that would be very annoying. But yeah, when we come back through, we're going to get that line of dialogue again. So I hope you like it. But anyway, here is the cemetery. Once you are here, towards the left, well, we have a new enemy coming up. Now we have a zombie. Kill the zombie for a slaying. You'll notice the zombie bleeds black blood. Do not drink black blood. That kills you. There is secret number 4, grabbing that flay. Now you see this little vial of blood right here. Touching that is secret number 5. So as you see, some secrets are just as simple as you got to an area that you needed a power to get to. Some secrets are you really need to look around. This is secret number 6. We haven't really activated it yet, but come inside. This is secret number 6. There will be a teleporter. Enter the teleporter. Go outside. And we will have a new item.
Death and evisceration. Let fate choose my enemy's demise.
So what that means is if you use the Pentalock of Tarot, it is going to randomly do one of your item's attacks to kill all enemies on screen. And you do not have to have the item for it to select from them. So you could end up using a Pentalock of Tarot and it does an item's attack that you have not picked up yet. Now, the secret with the blood vial, you do not actually have to grab the blood vial. You just have to touch it for it to count. I am not trying to activate all these tombstones. It's just happening. Now, that is done, we are going to get one more secret, and then we will head back to where we were. And now that it's night, we are powerful again.
Their sneering faces were forever etched upon my memory. I had crossed death for this moment. My mind was empty save for one thought. I would kill. There is no greater relief than that from vengeance sated. With my assassins dead, my quest was over.
Once back in town, this time go to the pub. You can stay in werewolf form if you want. You will be attacked when you go inside. Kill the enemies, drink their blood, mutilate them, whatever you want to do. And what we want to do is jump over the bar, kill the bartender, drink his blood. Now you see where there's the red light there? Touch it for secret number 7, which opens this stairway. And this is a secret way back to the Spirit Forge for Flay. So each Spirit Forge has 2 ways to enter. And each time is a secret. Now you can use the Spirit Forge as many times as you want. So even though I've already used the Spirit Forge and I do not need to use it again for a trophy, I could use it again to get 10 more flays, which I am going to do. We do not have to use another Spirit Forge for the rest of the game if we do not want to. I will, however, go for them. So, and there's going to be a Spirit Forge, if you haven't guessed, for every item in the game. Anyway, once we are done with the Spirit Forge, we can move on with the game. Woohoo! So obviously we need wolf form to go back, but we want to head back to where we were just a minute ago, down here. Jump down, follow the path. I went ahead and changed back to vampire form for this next area. We can do some feedings, but this first part is a little difficult, so you might want to use a flay to kill these dagger guys. And then go ahead and feed on who you need to. Once you are full health, go ahead and use up your flays to get some more mutilations. Or kill them accidentally. Now, if you do a mutilation or a feeding, that still counts as a slay. So you do not have to worry about, oh, I need 1,000 slays and 500 meals. Now, you're basically going to get 2 of them every time you kill something, no matter how you kill them. If it's a mutilation, you get a mutilation and slay. If you feed off of them, you got a meal and a slay. All right, come inside here. Here's a save point if you need it. If you're playing the original PlayStation or PC version, use it. This is going to give us a new spell. Use your flays here, kill these enemies. These liches up here that are shooting energy bolts at us, you can kill them with 2 flays. And I do suggest killing these 2 to make this easier. Head to the right, and here is our new spell.
The energy bolt employs magical force in its rawest form. A messy spell, but a potent one nonetheless.
So energy bolt will shoot straight across, does not seek, is a weak spell. As you see, it takes 3 energy bolts to kill a lich, whereas it took 2 flays. There's plenty of magic refills in this place, so don't worry about it. Kill the liches with your energy bolt. So as you see, you can use Energy Bolt to hit some of these switches in areas that you cannot reach. I did not mean to kill that guy. I meant to hit the switch. So be careful with your aim. Alright, hit that switch, grab this magic, and feed off this guy. Now, to open the door down below, leave the middle one on. This is one of the harder rooms in here. I'm trying to hit that lich on the bottom, but I'm not really at a good angle because I'm going to take some damage here. There we go. Got him. Alright, so we can go up and feed off this guy. And I need to refill magic. Thankfully the lich is not attacking. Alright, and one more enemy up here. Kill this lich. And hit this switch to open the way out. And this will take us back to the beginning. So if you didn't kill the liches in the beginning, go ahead and kill them now so you can leave and not take damage. Anyway, we have the energy bolt spell. I'm not going to use it often. It will be a powerful spell for the beginning, but it's not going to be one that I'm going to be, it's like, oh, I've got to use and abuse this. But again, it does count towards mutilations. I kill these guys, get some feedings. Wow, he actually went around me so that he wouldn't die. Interesting. Noctom. Anyway, continue following the path. The game's pretty linear for right now. It will open up soon. And come over here. Kill this guy. Feed. And continue following the path. And we're going to come up across some wolves. Kill this one at least. Probably this gray one too. Gray one is stronger than the red wolf. And then we want to turn into a wolf and jump up this rock to our left. And this is going to get us our third trophy out of 21.
The blood of ages flows so sweet. Come, drink from us. Your strength has increased, for our blood enhances.
So these are blood fountains. There are maybe 12 or 13 in the game. You only need one for the trophy. But each one that we do find is going to increase something on Kain. This one increases his strength, and that is going to give us the opportunity to go for another secret. So, we are going to, for the first time, for the last time, use the Sanctuary spell to go back to the very beginning of the game. You will notice that everything that we killed in here is returned as a ghost. Killing them again, mutilating them, and feeding from them do count towards those stats. And you will also notice that when I'm feeding on them, they are giving blue blood instead of red blood. Blue blood will replenish your magic. So just remember, if it bleeds red or blue, drink it. If it bleeds green or black, don't drink it. And just follow along, and if you remember that one room that I said, remember this place for later at the beginning of this video, it's later. Head back over there. It will take a minute here, so I'll see you when we get back there. Honestly, if you want to avoid killing everything again, that is your choice. Now, for whatever reason, I kept trying to hit that skeleton, and the game wanted to say that my sword just went through him. I know he's a ghost and all, but I'm hitting every other ghost, so why can't I hit that skeleton? I did not mean to hit that switch. I was trying to get up against the wall. And that guy blended in with the floor. I did not see him. Anyway, this is the area that I said to remember for later. I'm sorry, next area is it. The sarcophaguses and any chests that you've opened will be closed again, but there is nothing in them, so do not bother reopening. Anyway, make your way to the very end here. This is the area. We now have the strength to push these boulders. Push them off of the switches that they're on, and that will open this door right here. And we can get several flays and hearts of darkness and even some pentalock of tarot. So grab everything. If you want to get everything, move this up. And I just went ahead and used some flays for mutilations. Now that right there, I don't know if that has any meaning. I don't know if it's like something you need to decode for a secret or what. But it's there, so I showed it to you. Now, at this point, for the timing of the full moon with what we want to do later, we want to get out of here and go back to where we were before we, with the blood fountain, as quickly as possible. So as soon as we go outside, we're going to use our bat form to go back to the closest bat beacon to where we last was, which that bat beacon is going to be this one right here. And we're going to then turn into our wolf form and just run through everything. We're not going to bother fighting anything. We're not going to bother feeding on anything. We're just going to run. If we take our time killing and feeding, then we may not have everything that I want when we get to our next full moon. So this is more for timing than anything. But just run through everything until we get back to the section where the blood fountain was. Then we can turn back to vampire form if you wish. So if you wanted to run by this bandit, you could. I just chose to go ahead and kill him. Here is a good... This is where I was going to turn back to a vampire anyway. And get some mutilations on these wolves. And just continue following the path.
The village of Nachtholm was typical of Nosgoth peasantry. Yet amidst the farmers and smithies of the quiet country life prowled brigands and cut-purses.
You will not be able to move forward if you did not get the blood fountain. So you need that trophy to be able to come into this town because you will not have enough strength to move those boulders. You can get some items and some feedings and slays inside these buildings, so we're going to go ahead and do that, mostly for the items. If I do not go into a place, it's not needed. There's either nothing there at all, or it's just a waste of time. And you will see near the end of the game, I'm going to be avoiding some places that do have items because I will, at the end of the game, have plenty of items that I do not need to do. thorough investigations. Anyway, use your wolf form to jump over the bar, and we have these 3 chests here. Kill the bartender or he will attack you when he gets close. And each chest contains a flay. Woohoo! Alright, jump back over and let's leave. You can't... Now, Citizenry is not going to give a crap if you're in wolf form when you head out, so if you want to stay in wolf form, that is fine. I'm just choosing not to. Alright, let's head into this building here. And we're just going to get a couple of more sleighs and meals out of this. But we're mostly here for a barrel with an item in the background. More flays! But we are going to get a new item here, so be on the lookout for that. In fact, in this section, we're going to get a couple of new items. And we're also going to get a new secret. Head in here. This is the armory shop. No, you do not buy weapons and armor in this game. But once you come inside, kill the blacksmith. And there's these 2 chests in the background. There is a room to the right. It's just more people to kill. I don't need it, so we're going to just avoid that. Then once back outside, cross this bridge, and we have yet another pub. These people like to drink. Head inside this building. We got some more people to slay, and we're going to get a new item here. And once we kill these 2 chicks, this barrel will contain our new item.
Of all the methods I employ, this is perhaps the cruelest, causing my victim's body to shrink on itself, crushing bones and rupturing organs till the pressure inside bursts the sack of fleshy skin, spraying its contents for all to see.
Implode is much more powerful than Flay and does count towards mutilations. Alright, we are not going inside this building, but we are going for a secret. Do not stop. Cross the water as quickly as possible. We can come back for this later when we get another weapon, but we can get it now. Move that boulder and hit this teleporter. Be very careful in here. We are low on health, obviously, and there are a lot of liches. So, I'm going to use some hit and run tactics using my flays to try and kill some of these guys so that I've got some breathing room. But there are several items, flays, magic refills, there are blood vials, so do not worry about your health too much. Because you will be able to fill your health back up here. And there's quite a bit here. Kill that one first, and then kill this one down below. Alright, grab these flays, and let's grab these. Head on down. We'll use the tracking of the flay to kill that lich. Grab more blood, and now it's starting to rain again. I wish it had waited to rain about 5 minutes. Nah, more like 2. Alright, here is a new item.
At times, my magic extends into very exotic disciplines, such as the manipulation of time. I am able to slow time down so I can move about, quick as a wolf, while all others move as though they were mired in mud.
So in all honesty, you will never see me use the slow time. I find that it's not really needed. But that is everything here. This orb will heal more magic than what we currently have, so but I grab it just to grab it because we're not coming back here. Now, if you're not full health when you're done with this area, you might want to use a Heart of Darkness to heal up. And again, you will want to be very quick crossing the river. So I'm getting a Heart of Darkness ready just in case. But head back across very quickly. And if you're getting low health, use a Heart of Darkness. Once you're on land, don't worry about the Heart of Darkness. Not needed. So I'm going to switch to a Flay. And we have enough time to do one more thing, and then we're going to end the video here. So head north, and once we are in the new section, there is going to be a cave in front of you. That has our next blood fountain. This blood fountain will make us immune to rain. So we're going to grab that, and then I'm going to end the video. So if you're enjoying the walkthrough, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe for more, and I will see you guys next time.
Come, drink from us. The rain will do you no harm, for our blood preserves.